Con la Guerra de las Galaxias triunfando nuevamente en la pantalla gigante con su edición especial completamente restaurada. Los cines del mundo entero están listos para continuar la aventura. Con el Imperio contraataca.
Skywalker will join us or die.
I'm not afraid.
You will be.
Seguida de cerca por el regreso del Jedi para completar la trilogía de la Guerra de las Galaxias.
The original inspiration for bringing the film out again was the fact that it was the 20th anniversary of the original release of the film.
Use the Force, Luke.
I said, well, why don't we try to release all films, all three films, as a trilogy, one right after the other within a few weeks of each other, so that people can see them sort of like Saturday matinee serials that they were originally meant to be.
Fue en 1975 cuando el éxito de American Graffiti le dio la oportunidad a George Lucas de contar la historia que se convertiría en la trilogía de la Guerra de las Galaxias. Poniendo a un lado la historia épica, los elaborados efectos especiales y las exóticas locaciones, Lucas sabía que el peso de la historia sería llevado por los actores que escogió para interpretar a Luke Skywalker, la princesa Leia, Han Solo y los demás. Una audición atrajo a cientos de actores.
All the data banks in our two is still secure.
Well, I think that we ought to have the reward that you're talking about. And I hope it'll be substantial considering what we've been through already.
When R2 has been safely delivered to my forces, you get your award.
When I first read the script, I read it, I think, out loud. It was unbelievable. I mean, it read almost as good as the movie was, and we all wanted to play Han Solo. And I think that was a big part of it.
You got yourself a ship. But, where do we go from here? I mean, it's taken her to find the hidden bases. How are we going to get to the rebels before she breaks? The Empire already beat us here. She's part of the royal family. They won't get any information from her. She knows beyond mind control. Still, she is our only link between us and the hidden base. I read with Mark and Carrie and hundreds of other candidates.
Harrison was playing Han Solo, and I knew him from American Graffiti and from The Conversation and some other movies, and immediately I was awestruck.
Now, wait a minute. She's on Alderaan. No, that's impossible. Nobody dares venture near the system of Alderaan. I'm freebooter, boy. Not a revolutionary. You're on the wrong ship. I know he tested other actors for the Han Solo part, but he just got used to me. Maybe the fact that no one would venture there voluntarily could work to our advantage. They probably don't think anyone would dare try. Don't you believe it? Here is their greatest defense. I doubt if the actual security there is much greater than on Aphrodite or Sullust, and what there is most likely directed towards a large-scale assault. It's not a game, you know. Well, how many nerve systems have to get blown away before you have no place to hide or forced to fight? Don't you realize what's going on?
I heard I got the part, and they said they're going to send the script over. And I'll never forget to this day, I sat down and started reading this thing. And I was, wait a minute, I think, was Harrison the Luke guy, or was I the Luke guy? And I think I was the Luke guy. I was the Luke guy. This is about me.
Stop that ship! Blast up! The thing I remember most clearly was my first day in the Millennium Falcon.
This is where the fun begins.
And I got in and I said to him, okay, how do you fly this? How do you fly it? George, how do you fly it? Well, you see, you just fly it. It occurred to me that they built this whole thing and had never gone as far as actually understanding how it flew. Perfect.
Pero finalmente voló. convirtiendo a la Guerra de las Galaxias en un éxito taquillero fenomenal y permitiéndole a Lucas completar la trilogía con El Imperio contraataca en 1980 y El regreso del Jedi en 1983.
You will bring Captain Solo and the Wookiee to me.
Las cintas nos trajeron una galaxia de mundos diferentes, desde el planeta de hielo de Hoth a las lunas de Endor. Y de la ciudad de las nubes a los pantanos de Dagobah.
I'm looking for someone.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
Y un extenso reparto de héroes y villanos, desde Yoda hasta Lando Calrissian, Jabba, Boba Fett y el regente del Imperio.
I think Empire surprised the world by not being a rehash of Star Wars. Deeper. It was more somber. It was spiritual and metaphysical. It was the second act of an opera. We got our fannies kicked hard.
I didn't know what the third one was going to be. The main thing I remember finding out about the third one was I had to get in really good shape because I had to wear the iron bikini. So that was the big shock, and that was something I had to prepare for.
Let's go, and don't forget the droid. We're on our way.
Y aunque la tecnología de los efectos especiales creció con cada una de las películas, las versiones de la edición especial contienen una serie de mejoras a las originales.
The snow battle was a challenge when we did it because nobody had ever done blue screen matting on a white surface. Usually do it on dark surfaces because the matte lines show up on if you do white on white. And we did it okay, but we didn't really do it that well. So going back and looking at it, we realized that we really needed to remap the entire sequence, which is over 100 shots. So that sequence has been completely redone and cleaned up. I call that part a psychological restoration because at that time in cinematic history, it was kind of a breakthrough in matting. But now with digital technology, we can do the mats more perfectly, and it'll be the way you remembered it. The other issue was going into Cloud City. Cloud City was a very difficult thing to design and create originally as a floating city in the clouds. Some of the mat work there wasn't very good. And when they built the set, it's very confined. It's a very small set. It doesn't look out onto anything. And that always bothered me. I wanted to be more open, and so what we've done is we've added to the approach of the city. How you doing, you old pirate? So good to see you. I never thought I'd catch you again.
Well, he seems very friendly.
Yes. Very friendly.
And then at the same time, when they land and they start walking through the city, now they walk through and there's large windows. You can see out and see more of the city, and it just opens it up and makes it much larger. In Jedi, in the Jabba the Hutt scene, there was a little musical number, which we never really had the time to shoot. But it was meant originally to be a big musical number, which I thought would be funny in the middle of a Star Wars film. Cy Snoodles, who was the main singer, couldn't move around. She had to stay in one place. Her lips just barely moved. Her eyes didn't move at all. This gave me the opportunity to go back, turn that into the musical number that I'd hoped to be originally, make a Cy Snoodles that actually can sing and move around on the stage. We've got another couple of characters and some backup singers and some drummers, and it's a much more elaborate sequence than it was before.
Aún quedan muchas sorpresas, pero el público tendrá que ver las películas para descubrir las joyas escondidas en la trilogía de La Guerra de las Galaxias, edición especial.
Join me. It is your destiny.